I'm going to show you how to fill out a W-9 and what the W-9 is used for. We're going to wear a few different hats to be able to do this because right off the bat, box one is your name. And that is, believe it or not, one of the trickiest boxes to fill in. The secret sauce to filling in box one is whatever name appears on your tax form. So starting off, we're going to put on the hat of an individual / sole proprietor. What is your name is ultimately what you want to put in box one. As an individual or a sole proprietor, you essentially file taxes directly connected to your 1040. Your 1040 is your individual tax form. What is on that tax form is your name. Now, let's just say that you are a stand-up comedian and you really didn't start a business. You just have a side hustle and you entertain different businesses for events. They pay you at the end of the year, and your name is Joking John. That's what you are known as. Box two is a way for them to identify you. Box one is how the IRS identifies you. If you go by another alias that the requester of the W-9 is looking for, put it in box two. Then, for an individual, this is essentially what you do. John Doe, Joking John is what they know you as. You want to click individual sole proprietor. 3B, this is if you have an interest in the requester's business. If you don't, keep that blank. Most of the time, you can just skip over this. Box 4, this is not for individuals. So not individuals right here. Just skip box 4. Actually, most of the time, I've yet to see anyone put anything in box 4. So no matter what entity you are, feel free to skip it. The big items are box 1, 2, 3s, 5, 6, and your identification number. Oh yes, and a signature and date. All right, going on to box 5, put in your address. And box 7, this is optional. If you have an account number, this is just another form of the company to be able to identify who you are. Next in, as an individual, you want to put in your social security number. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Don't forget to sign it, send it back to the requester. Next, we're going to put on the hat of an LLC individual or an LLC and sole proprietor. You are an LLC. You are still just doing business as yourself. They know you as Joking John. You want to fill it in this way because, again, as a sole proprietor LLC, John Doe is what shows up on your 1040. So you'll want to essentially do the exact same thing. Now, if you're known as Joking John LLC, you want to put that in here. As an individual sole proprietor, now you might be thinking, well, I'm at LLC. I should check this box, right? No, actually, you want to check individual / sole proprietor. Address, box 4, all that is the same. Going into the TIN area, this is where the line gets optional. If you do have an EIN number, you can put that in here. So you could put your social security number or your EIN number. Personally, I like to just put my EIN number in there. The less chance I have my social security number being somewhere out there, I just feel better. The IRS does say you should use your social security number for this. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They even say so themselves that it is optional to do the social security number or the EIN. Next hat we'll wear is the partnership LLC. So as a partnership, you have more than one person, and a partnership gets filed on the tax form 1065. And therefore, you want to use the name that shows up on that tax form. So instead of using your name, you're actually going to put Joking John LLC. As a matter of fact, there's more than one of you, so you guys called it Joking Johns. Now, they might know you as something else, as maybe Jumping Johns, because you guys are very hyper. So if you have a DBA that you're operating under, go ahead and put it under here. Again, this is how the IRS recognizes you. Box 2 is how they recognize you. You'll want to choose LLC, and then in this box over here, enter in P. Put in the business address. This is ultimately where they may send the 1099 if you do qualify for a 1099. Put in an EIN number, sign, date, send it back. Next is if you are an LLC, doesn't matter if you're an LLC individual or partnership, but you've elected to file taxes as an S Corp. Instead of a P here, you'll want to do an S. The name up at the top, again, it's the name that is recognized by the IRS, and then what name is recognized by the public. So that down here, address, EIN number, sign, date. Now, this is if you want to fill out box 4, you want to put in 5 right here. Where did I get that 5 from? If you scroll down, you can see all the instructions. And for box 4, it says, here's the code to show that you are exempt. And 5 is a corporation. All right. So if the requester is looking to send you a 1099 and they are not versed in what qualifies to send you a 1099, it's a good idea to put this 5 in saying, hey, I am exempt. Do not send me a 1099. It is just probably good practice. If they do end up sending you a 1099, you need to reach out to them and say, hey, you made a mistake. All right. Now let's say you are filing as a C Corp. Just change that S to a C. Everything else is the same. And there it is. Now, what is a W-9? A W-9 is essentially a request of information. It's primarily used to determine if you do need to be sent a 1099 at the end of the year. Most of the time, or many times, you might receive a W-9 to fill out before you're even paid. That is actually the best practice. If you deny filling out a W-9 and that you've been requested and you say, you know what, I don't want my information out there, you could actually get fined. Please don't do that. You also risk jeopardizing the relationship with the requester. The other thing about the W-9 is this is not filed with the IRS. This is primarily put in the records for the business to just have on hand. Now, the IRS may request the W-9 if they suspect foul play from the requester side. So that's the only time where the requester may give this W-9 to the IRS. Otherwise, this kind of just stays between you guys. The 1099, we'll get more into that in another video.